All right, I'm Nick. Today we're out here. We're going to make a quick video about the new Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. Obviously, it's chambered in 380. It does come with two magazines. One is a flush fitting 10, one is a 12 with a little bit of an extension on there so you get a better grip. I'm pretty excited about it. I just put ammo in the magazines. The first thing that I noticed, and I haven't watched any other videos on this, so remember, this is just a brutally honest first-person experience from an average person. You gotta hammer that bad boy home. Actually, inside, you push on it. I had to put and push it like that to get that magazine to seat, okay? Now, the magazines probably aren't broken in. Hopefully that gets better. We'll leave the magazines loaded. But even when I pushed the magazine release, it popped down. But even with the full magazine, the magazine doesn't come out. Not a big deal. Just be mindful. When we go to reload, we'll probably have to pull that out, put a new magazine in, okay? I'm just showing you guys a first-hand experience. That target's about 11 paces from where I'm at. We saw that. So much spring tension. It did not let that little round go forward. Nothing there. All right, so I told you guys, this is just brutally honest. This is just as it happens. So that now takes the flush fitting, the extension, the 12 round, down to 11 rounds. Let's just see what happened. Not so exciting so far. The magazine went in way better, okay? Chambered around without any issues. Here, you guys can see there's a chamber indicator there too, so there's no issues. We're off to a rough start. Let's see how she shoots first round. All right. I didn't grip the pistol real hard. Wanted to see how it responded. Oh. All right. So, failure to feed. All right. No gun manufacturer is immune to this. Obviously, this is a brand new design. We've had problems though, right? She's reset. I didn't know if my glasses were fogging up or if it was just that dang smoky from that ammo. That is just Fiocchi training ammo. Let's push the mag release. Came out with no problems that time. I missed the hole. Remember, that's a full magazine. Lots of spring pressure. It did not chamber that round. A little love. It goes in. All right. That round ejected forward, okay? Not saying it's a big deal. I'm just giving you guys accurate representation. All right. I feel like I'm shooting it a little bit low. Now, also things to consider. We're going to have to reload here in a second. We obviously had some failure to feed. We can say they're magazine related. Doesn't matter. They happen. Things to consider if you haven't seen this yet. And obviously the gun is empty, but I'm going to put my hand up here anyways, okay? Gun's clear, but I want you to be able to get a good sight picture of this. That back sight, that rear sight, it's extremely wide compared to the front sight, okay? That's a lot of opportunity to be wrong, left or right. Looking at that target, it appears that I was shooting low, which is probably this right here. That rear sight is very tall. Remember, this gun isn't for coming out here and running that plate rack from 11 yards. This gun is for close and personal. Defend yourself, okay? The trigger, I feel like it's really, really good as far as crisp break. Not terribly heavy. The reset is a little long. That's everything you want in a gun that you're probably going to carry in your pocket though, okay? So I'm going to pick up that magazine. I'm not going to load them all the way full just because I knew in the house when I loaded those magazines, I had to work to get the last 2 rounds in there. One thing about anytime manufacturers release these things like this, and I don't like bringing other gun manufacturers into videos, but they all do it. This gun, they wanted so bad to tell you 12 in this, and they wanted so bad to tell you 10 in the flush fitting, that a safe and conservative answer is always one less. Like the SIG macro. When it was first released, those magazines, 17+1, I couldn't even charge the gun after several hundred rounds with the concept of 17+1. For me, that was a 16+1 pistol, 16+ round magazines. This is no different. This is a 11+1 or a 9+1. I don't think that you're going to be getting a ton of reliable function out of these little guys until they're severely broke in. Just things to consider, okay? Nothing's wrong with this. It's the reality of what it is. We're going to go reload these things. We'll fast forward through that. All right, we're reloaded. I was able to get 9 into the flush fit magazine relatively easy. And it seats with normal spring tension, no big deal. I got 10 into this one. I had to work really, really hard for 11 and 12 inside before we came out here. So I got 10 into the 12-round magazine. We're just going to go through it again, all right? I don't think it shoots bad. Remember, it's a defensive pistol. We're about 11 paces, which I know my stride. That's pretty dang close to 11 yards. That's a great chest gut shot gun, if you're looking at it for self-defense, this is what it is. Pull it, rack it, present. Pull the pistol, remove yourself from the situation. You don't go to a gunfight with this or go looking for trouble. It's a very, what do people call it? Deep concealment kind of pistol in your pocket, in your sweatshirt, stuff like that. And the magazines are probably the issue currently. I just wouldn't put all the ammo in there until they're broke in. Alright, gotta know. Plate rack. I suck. I think I'm just shooting it low because those notches. But that's another 9 down, I think. If you can see that target and you can see the discoloration at the bottom, I am definitely shooting and missing low. Something to get used to, different pistol, right? But other than the malfunctions with the magazines being way too tight as far as spring tension goes, which, it happens, it is what it is. It is ran flawlessly. The reset on the trigger itself, it's a long ways. All right, let me come up here. Let me show you that. Maybe you heard it, I could hear it. But it's a long ways. Take up, clean wall, very crisp break. I mentioned it being heavy when I was sitting at the counter, the tabletop. And it's not that it's super heavy. It's very well defined. I like that, all right? So we got a few more rounds here. We're going to reload it, and we'll see what happens, all right? All right, we got 10 left. We were able to fit them all into the extended 12-round magazine. And obviously, the magazine goes in a lot better when there's 10. Like you saw before, I had to squeeze the gun to get the magazine to actually sit in there properly. The gun points very well. Oh, try to catch that. You can just point it. Oh. The first shot, you can just point it. It does point very well. We are missing low, but we would be able to hit a full-size target with no problems. If you can see those holes, I'm going to aim at the very top of the plate and see what happens. I had to aim extremely high, and we still hit just above middle, okay? That could just be how I'm presenting the front dot to those serrations on that rear sight. Everybody's different. That one, I had to bring the gun way up to get there, which is no big deal, okay? If the gun shoots low, it's not a big deal. You're 11, 12 yards away at this point. That's something that you get used to and know. Plus, that's a 7 by 11 inch target. That's not a big deal. It's just something to consider. I don't want anybody to get it and shoot it and go, wow, I'm terrible. No, it's just a reality of what it is, okay? So we had some malfunctions, which definitely, in my opinion, magazine related. Hate to see it, but it is a stretch when a company tells you, hey, this is a 12 round magazine, or this is a 13 round, or a 9 round, or 10 round. I feel like they always add an extra round in there, telling you that the magazines will break in. For me personally, if I was going to trust this gun right now, I would take those magazines, I would leave them loaded, and I would carry one less than the magazine says, right? If it says 12, I'd carry 11. The last thing you want to do is have 12 in it. Say you're pocket carrying it, it's not racked. You pull it out, you rack the gun, and it stops halfway. Now you showed your best hand, and now you're in trouble. So I wouldn't carry it with the spring tension that high. It's just not worth the round not being chambered properly, in my opinion. Great shooting little pistol, though. Once we got past those first 2 rounds in the magazines and got down to an acceptable capacity, it shot wonderful, okay? Now, this video was requested based on the community on what I would shoot this evening, and I'm happy I came out and shot it, man. I was looking forward to it. I did want to shoot the Fuse P365 just because I want to get through those last 200 rounds and sit down and talk about a 1,000-round review of it, okay? If you have any questions about the Bodyguard, leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're looking to get one, okay? Remember, this right here in this configuration is 11 ounces. That's crazy. Thanks for watching.